So far, we had discussed about asexual reproduction, and in the beginning, I have already introduced you with the topic of reproduction. Now, this is the second part of reproduction, which is sexual reproduction. Now, this sexual reproduction has some of the characteristics which we need to remember. First, it is a biparental process, which means two parents are involved in the reproduction procedure. The gametes are formed in this process, and the germ cells or the gametes, these are also formed, and the zygote which forms after the fusion of these gametes is also formed. Now the variation is taking place in the sexual reproduction. This variation has one advantage and one disadvantage. The advantage is that when the variation take place, then the organism produced will have greater chance of survival in the environment. The disadvantage is that it will lose the superior or hybrid characters. That's why in the hybrid industries, generally asexual method is preferred, because the farmers want the offsprings to be same of the same character like of their parents. Means if their characters are changed, then they will not produce much yield. So this sexual reproduction has this disadvantage. There are reproductive organs present for the sexual reproduction. It is involved in 3 steps, or it takes place in 3 steps: pre-fertilization event, or the event which takes place before zygote formation, then the fertilization where the zygote is formed by the fusion of gametes, and the post fertilization events which involve the natal care of the mother to the developing embryo. Here the next part that is involved in the reproduction, among it the first one is the pre-fertilization events. Pre-fertilization events are all the events which takes place before the formation of zygote, and these are many times asked in board exams also. It includes the first one, that is the gamete formation. Now gamete formation, the process is referred to as gametogenesis, and it is further of two types: spermatogenesis, which occur in male, which forms male gametes called sperms, and oogenesis, which is the process occurring in female and forms eggs, that is a female gamete. Now the second part involved in the pre-fertilization events is gamete transfer. Gamete transfer include the transferring of the gametes to take up the fertilization. Male gamete is motile generally. Not in all of the organisms this male gamete is motile, but in many we say this male gamete is motile, and this is transferred to ovum. Ovum is non-motile and larger as compared to male gamete, that is sperm. Now these sperms are produced large in numbers. It is so because to facilitate the process of fertilization, because the fertilization will take place only if the male gametes and female gametes are simultaneously reached at a point and they fuse, then only the zygote formation will take place. Here the next process involved in sexual reproduction is fertilization. Now fertilization means the fusion of the male gamete and the female gamete to form zygote. Zygote is the fusion that has taken place in the male and female gamete. There is a simple addition over here. The male gamete, which is haploid, has only half of the number of total chromosomes, that is 23 now it will be having, and the female gamete also contains haploid number of chromosomes, will now fuse together to form zygote, which is 2n, means diploid, and it has 46 chromosomes. Now this zygote ensures the baby formation, means after the zygote is formed in the normal conditions, it will divide further to form embryo and then finally a well developed baby, and this will mark the beginning of the pregnancy. The zygote divides further by mitosis. Now here the mitosis process takes place in zygote because we know that we humans are diploid. This zygote forms us, so this zygote has to do the mitotic divisions so that it can form a diploid human body. like in humans, and in many other animals like cow, buffalo, dogs, apes, and nearly all of the vertebrates to form the diploid body. Now, when we talk about the types of fertilization, there are two types of fertilization: internal and external fertilization. Internal fertilization is safe. We prefer it in human, apes, and dogs. Generally, here we see internal fertilization where the fertilization is taking place inside human female body, and nearly all of the terrestrial organisms perform this internal fertilization. External fertilization means where the fertilization or the fusion of these two gametes takes place outside the female body, that is generally in the water, where male gametes and female gametes are synchronously released and in the large amount so that to facilitate the fusion and to form the zygote, like in many of the fishes, not all of the fishes. Now let's discuss some important terms which are related to the topics that we have discussed till now. So first term is the dioecious and monoecious. Dioecious animals or organisms are those which are unisexual, like which have separate male and female organs. In plants, these dioecious are called homothelic, and monoecious are the organisms in animals, whereas in plants they are called as heterothelic, which are bisexual, means they are hermaphrodite. These animals are referred to as hermaphrodite, and these contain both the organs, that is a male and female reproductive organ. The example is the Pheretima postuma or earthworm. In diploid organisms, meiocytes. Now diploid organisms are those where we say the meiocytes are present, which are also called as the gamete mother cells, which are diploid, which are 2n. They undergo meiosis to form male and female gamete. Like in humans, we say there are gamete mother cells present which form the undergo meiosis to form male and female gametes, which are haploid. And in the plants, the gamete transfer is called pollination. Now this we are going to discuss in our next chapter, and this pollination takes place by wind, water, bat, and insects. These are called as agents of pollination.